Let's see what Mobo thinks of the new podcast setup.
Let's see what we got cooking up. Yo, the setup's real, dude. Oh my god. This looks so good. Dude, it is hot as balls in here. Oh my god. I'm gonna cook up so much. Dude. Oh, this looks so good.
Yes, sir.
Dude, I could like sleep in here. I could sit here. I could stand in here. I even breathed in here. God, it's so sick. Our guest today is gonna be a very good one.
Welcome back to the Off the Field podcast, everybody. I'm used to saying Kleshka Crew for the people on my channel, but the podcast viewers, listeners, they got to have a name. I haven't thought of one.
The Fielders?
I don't know.
That's a pretty simple one.
We'll leave it to the comments. They can come up with it. But once again, we have a guest, a very prestigious guest.
Amazing.
I guess that many of you want to see. I know it. You know it.
Everybody loves him.
It's Jimbo.
Hey, Jimbo, how are you doing today?
With this new look, new setup, Jimbo will actually be in every podcast. So,
He's already waving at everybody. He took off my hat.
but also, the man who will be speaking with us today, he is the only person I know that is homered as both genders.
Dude.
Everybody, what the fudge is up, Andy?
Round of applause. Round of applause for Andy.
Come on in. Take a seat. Take a
Welcome
seat.
in. Welcome in.
How you doing?
How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. Watch the carpet. Just don't want to knock over all the lighting.
Oh, that's right. I'm wearing my sunglasses because these lights are very bright.
Yes, they are.
I'm currently blind.
You stole the cowboy hat from Bob right here.
I had to.
Why?
I feel like Anthony Rendon right now.
Oh, okay.
Just not as not healthy, you know?
Well, you know who we're talking to right here?
Oh, we're talking to Andres Rulo.
Not only that, that's a new homeowner.
Oh,
That's right. Bought a house, guys.
How does
that's
that?
right.
How does that feel to own your own house?
Dude, you have a piece of property. You know how hard that is in 2022?
I know.
I'm sorry, 2023 now.
When we got it, I was like, I'm a millennial in Southern California that owns a house. Like, I am a rare breed, I feel like, you know?
I think you're the only person I've ever met that's a millennial in SoCal with their own house to their name.
It's
That's
tough.
I don't know any. I own a shed.
It's cool, though. It's cool because I can literally have someone step on my property and I can say, get off my land.
You can say, dude, you could call the cops on anybody.
Anyone.
Anyone who you feel like is hurting you or poses a threat.
100%.
all in your power, sir.
You want to come over later?
I don't know. Is the ferry still going?
Yeah.
I mean,
Are there any flights to
Okay,
your house?
so that's the thing they've been doing is I moved to a place that is...
Back it up a little bit. We're getting a little.
Oh, we're getting too...
I might be killing some of the viewers right now.
So I moved to a place that is probably like...
Go ahead. Keep
here?
talking.
Here?
No, go ahead.
Here?
Go ahead.
Here? Here?
I think right there.
What is that? Oh, it's directional.
yes,
yeah.
sir.
Can't afford omnidirectional on this podcast. What is this? Where am I? How much am I getting paid for this, by the way?
We already wired your agent $50,000 up front.
You said that was your fee, right?
My agent, huh? Well, joke's on you. I don't have an agent, so I don't know who you wired that money to.
It was a Chinese bank account. You told me it was.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Offshores banks.
Offshores banks. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, I moved really far away, basically. Inland Empire. Been living there for a couple of years, but I moved like even further in. and the guys like to give me crap about it because it is far. It's a drive. They're like, "Oh, when's the next flight out? Can I get? Do they have?"
Let me check if the train is stopping by your place that day.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. Madagascar is very far from me. That's all I'm
And
saying.
I'm just like, whatever, dude. Whatever. Who cares? I own a house. Get off my land.
So
Exactly.
not only are you a new homeowner, you are a guest on the Off the Field podcast.
I am.
Which means, just like every other guest, you get a water.
I get a water.
Water
This is my
bottle
payment.
break.
And also, Mobo gave me it earlier. He gave me some gum.
Yes, sir. Look at that. It's right there.
It's right there. I was holding it in my hat.
Oh, snap.
Awesome.
Now, you are not from California.
No.
You found your way down here.
I did.
First of all, what was life like in Washington?
It was good. I grew up in like kind of like small town, like Eastern Washington. So everyone thinks I'm from like Seattle, even though like all that I do is literally rep Seattle. Like this is a Space Needle shirt. I think I'm wearing, what is this? Hold on. Here, hold that for me.
Oh,
Are you wearing like a Gonzaga tee under, or what's up?
It's
Hey, Eugenio Suarez.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. Good vibes only.
Good vibes only, ladies and gentlemen.
There he is.
That's exactly
There's
what
my
off the
guy.
field is.
And then this is just
that's
my
your stomach.
That's my skin.
And then the Mariners beat.
And then the Mariners hat. Anyways, I love Seattle's my favorite city. Anyways, I grew up in Eastern Washington, small town, and yeah, not a ton went on there, but you find your friends and you goof off. It was safe enough to go like ride your bikes like at like the elementary school down the street, and it was fun. It was a nice childhood, nice safe childhood, I guess.
Were you a delinquent by any chance? Did you get into any kind of trouble at all?
Dude,
I know you said it's a small town, but I mean, hey, a lot of the people that I know that are from small towns, they're freaks.
I always hated getting in trouble. Always hated getting in trouble. I was always the rule follower. None of us. I have 4 other siblings. There's 5 of us, and none of us ever surprisingly got like arrested for anything. Nothing crazy.
So I feel like you guys never did anything like crazy, like outside illegal, but your brothers, you're one of the most interesting people that I've ever met. And then you have your dad too.
Quite possibly like the funniest family ever.
How did your mom handle all of you? Like in one household?
Honestly, my okay, so going back to the delinquent thing, I would always try to, you always want to like kind of like upset your mom a little bit.
Of course.
Your parents, whatever, just to kind of like see how far you can push their buttons and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. My favorite thing was A, trying to make my mom laugh, and also trying to bug the shit out of her.
The worst is when you're in trouble.
Yes.
Or like you're the person that's mad and you want to be mad, but then they make you laugh and you're like, stop it!
No, that's literally how me and my wife, that's kind of our dynamic as well. we make each other like so mad, but then like also like in the same breath like try and make each other laugh. And so it's just like, no, I'm actually angry right now. I'm laughing because you're, stop it! Like,
God damn.
How was that loud? Did I peak the?
Yeah, just a little bit.
I think you might have hit some red.
I think you can hold it farther out.
Maybe I shouldn't be holding it.
Hey, I'll say this. I mean, I don't know if it's the voice acting you've done, but you've got a very great, and like your voice just goes. We don't have to worry about you being quiet at all.
I don't know. I feel like I'm either too loud or too quiet.
Really?
That's always been my issue. Like there's times where like I'll like whisper something to Kayla, you're like people watching and you'll be like, oh, look at that guy's fucking eyeball, whatever, like something like that. And she'd be like, dude, you said that really loud and clear. I'm like, but every other time I like in the morning I'll be like, hey, good morning, and she'd be like, what'd you say? And I'm like, I said good morning. She's like, I can't understand what you're saying. I'm like, I feel like I'm talking the exact same way, but sometimes I'm either too loud and too clear, or just I completely mumble.
What was my next one? Do you still got any friends from up there in your small town?
Oh yes, every time I go home, it's great. Like, I mean, like I feel like I couldn't see. You know how like if I didn't see you guys for like a year, and like I came back and it would just be like, oh yeah, we're just hanging again. It's like that. Like I got a guy that grew like two houses down from me. Known him since I was like 3 years old. Damn. And yeah, it's just anytime I'm home, I'm like, hey, what's up? And we go into his basement and we play Settlers of Catan, or like I watch him play video games, whatever, stuff like that. But you just like slide right back into the friendship. And that's how you know you have a good friend, is if you can just like not see them for forever and then see them again and you're just like, okay, it's just like how it was.
It's going to be that same thing for me in a couple of weeks
when
I go to see Ahmed. WBC.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
That's right. Is he in Arizona now?
He lives in Phoenix.
Oh,
that's right. So I'm going to be staying with him when we go up there for WBC.
I'm excited for that.
Gonzaga.
Oh yes,
that is where you attended. What was that? First of all, did you have like the movie moment where you got the letter saying you got in and all that?
Class of 2012, baby. I don't even remember. I think it might have been an email.
Really?
I think it might have been an email. There was definitely, because millennials, with the transition between paper and paperless, we were like right in between that. So I probably got an actual acceptance letter. I applied to 3 schools. My parents' alma mater, Pacific University in Forest Grove, Oregon.
Right on.
University of Portland. Guess where that is?
Miami.
Yes. And then Gonzaga, which was like 2 hours away from where I grew up, 2.5 hours. And yeah, I remember being like, okay, cool. I know John Stockton was from there. He went there. because I was a big Bulls fan when I was a little kid, and they always played the Utah Jazz and John Stockton, blah, blah, blah. So I knew that. Adam Morrison, he was like the guy when I was in like high school hearing about Gonzaga. And then there was this YouTube channel, sketch comedy called Barats and Beretta. I don't know if you ever heard of them. Barats and Beretta. They were like, they were like one of like the first like kind of sketch groups to kind of like really pop, I think, on YouTube, like 2005, 6, 7, somewhere in there.
Oh, so we're talking like the beginning,
like
of
beginning
YouTube.
of YouTube, yeah,
okay.
like when it first started.
When it was YouTube, broadcast yourself.
It's nuts. It's weird. I've had a channel. My first ever channel was 2006. That's when I got it.
Do you remember the name of that channel?
16 year. Oh yes.
What was the name of the channel?
Poochie Cot Face. I'm not even gonna try and spell it out. You guys can go look it up. There's still videos on it. I haven't updated it in a while, but it's there. And if you can figure out how to spell Poochie Cot Face, all one word, you'll find it. And that's me from like age like 16 until, I don't know, 20 maybe.
I wanted to ask real quick, is that the same YouTube channel that you showed me where it's a video of you replicating the scene from Jurassic Park?
Yes. No, not the scene from Jurassic Park, literally the original movie. Me and my older brother and like a recurring recurring characters, I guess. My girlfriend at the time was in it. Probably my dad was in it at some point. And
I can imagine your dad doing like a velociraptor screech.
Yeah, do you ever see the movie Be Kind, Rewind?
I've never heard of it.
Oh, Jack Black and Most Def.
Really?
Yeah, it's a good one. They like accidentally they run a video stores, kids, they existed.
Blockbuster.
So it all VHS is all magnetic tape, and like something happens and they erase all the movies, and so they have to remake all the movies. Basically, like how I remade our movie. So you had like shitty special effects, but like people liked it and they rented it. Watch it; it's a good movie. And so we were inspired by that. We're like, oh hey, we should do our own version of Jurassic Park, and that's me and my older brother's like favorite movie.
That is for the Poochie Cockface exclusives. If you can find
the
it.
Poochie Cookie Face.
Poochie Cot.
Poochie
Poochie
Cot.
Cots.
I think you said Poochie Cock,
I did.
but that's okay.
I thought it was Poochie
If you can
Cots.
find it, you can watch it.
You Google Poochie Cock, you're gonna get some weird results.
Okay, so what prompted the move from Washington to Cali in the first
Why'd
place?
you have to come bother us, bro? Like you've seen it firsthand when you came down.
Yeah.
Dude, we are over flooded with people. And this man Andy was like, I should go there.
Honestly, I was sick of weather. So yeah, I was dating a chick from that I knew at Gonzaga. We never dated then, but she was living in San Diego, so I visited her a couple times, and we stayed with my uncle Pat, who lives like really close to here, and we were hanging out with him, and he's like, oh, you know, if you want to move down here ever, you know, you can live with me for free for a year. And I was like,
Wow.
okay, cool. Shout out to Uncle Pat. He's cool. He's been working for
We love Uncle Pat.
He's a single man, been working as an aeronautics engineer for like 35 years now.
Aeronautics?
Let's get
Whatever.
into
It
some
works for
speed
Boeing.
dating.
It works for Boeing.
Wow.
He's been working for Boeing for like over 30 years, something like that. And so he's just like, he's got nothing but like time and money. He's a bachelor. So he's like, yeah, come live with me. I was like, okay, cool. So live with him. So then I was like, okay, cool. And then I saved my money for a year. I was working at a radio station back home doing the Angels. Now the Angels,
Yes.
minor league short season, high A. It's high A. The Tri-City Dust Devils.
Wow, I did not know that.
I was a board operator for the station that broadcast them, and so I was like the connection between like the play-by-play guy, and then I was in the station playing commercials and recording highlights and stuff. So I did that. So I did that for like three summers, and then I did a season of hockey. We also have a minor league hockey team, the Tri-City Americans.
Nice.
And and so I saved my money, and I think I had about $1,200. $600 of that went to like a moving truck. Packed all my shit, drove down, and I think I got to Uncle Patsy. I think I had like probably like $600 to my name, something like that.
Damn. And this is a homeowner now.
And now I'm
Let me
homeowner.
remind
Literally
now
a homeowner. Within
I'm basically The Rock. With his $7 productions or whatever that he has, I'm $600.
When does your
productions.
vodka come out?
Tomorrow.
Oh,
That's why I'm here, guys. I'm promoting my vodka.
Oh my God.
My straight edge vodka.
You mean water?
Right here.
No, we know Andy better than that. He'd have carbonated water to his name.
That's right.
That's a good topic. So to me, I feel like you were making a new goal for yourself every year.
Yes.
It started first with no sweets or no soda.
I thought it was no caffeine.
So, grew up Catholic, so I was doing the Lent thing 6, 7, 8 years ago, whenever that was. I was here, and I was like, all right, for Lent, no caffeine. And then I just kept going.
And then it was no sweets the year after, right?
And then the last okay, so 2020 and 2021, I was like, all right, no sweets, because I have the tooth genetics that's really susceptible to cavities.
Really?
So eating candy was just like, okay, we're done with that. I'd get like 1 million. I've had 3 root canals. I literally, I'm going to the dentist tomorrow because I had a root canal 6 months ago, and they need to check it or whatever. 6 month checkup on that. That's kind of funny.
Damn, dude.
But yeah, usually I'll try and just like do like one thing. Water is another thing. I don't drink. I never drank, but I would drink like juice and like, I call it pop where I'm from, but soda for all you fucking weirdos out there.
Did you really call it pop? There's
Pop.
everybody
Yeah,
there. Pop,
yeah, can of pop. I was like, oh yeah, the pop machine. It was never soda machine.
Did you get? Wait, no. I know it was an Oregon thing. Did you guys have like people fill up your gas tanks as well in Washington?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's kind of nice, honestly. Actually, it's nice when it's like cold out. If you've ever driven through Oregon, when it's
Yeah,
like
but then you
cold
have the
and it's like shitty out, you're
tank.
like you just crack your window a little bit and put your card through and be like, just fill it all the way up, please, and they'll do it, and they'll be out there freezing in the snow. But it's also annoying because it's a paid position, so like gas stations close, that means you can't fill up your gas.
Yeah.
You're like, oh damn.
Wow.
But apparently I think they've changed the law now like after hours you can do it, because I've definitely like not paid attention driving through and I just start doing it and they're like, hey man, I'll get that for you, and I'm like, oh right, sorry, yeah. You're one of those. In Spokane, where Gonzaga is, Spokane, Washington, it snows all the time. And so you'd get kids from like Southern California. I remember one kid, he was like, it feels weird. It's like hitting my face. Like he was like so tripped out by like, he's like, it kind of tickles. This is weird.
When I went to Boston with Art and that group, that was the first time Art saw snowfall.
No way.
And he's over 30. That was the first time.
Crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Didn't it take you a minute to see snow for the first time?
No. I even have a VHS somewhere in my house,
okay.
but I've been in snow since like I came out the womb.
Yeah, I'm the same way. My parents at least every year growing up did like one trip up to Big Bear.
Big Bear.
3 throw-up stories
Ew,
from going to
horrible.
Big Bear.
What are the three? I know one of them for sure. And
One of
it's
them's
Well, I'll get to that one.
No, we'll do that one.
I know which one you're talking about. I know that one.
The first one, my friend Mikey went with us one year, barfed on the way up.
Shout out to Mikey
Second
for barfing.
one, we had Blue, my dog, my parents' dog,
we love
for like, I think it was one of the early years when we had him.
Blue.
And he threw up on the way. And then the most recent one, we all went up to the mountains, the softball group.
That wasn't even recent, dude. You know when that was?
Don't tell me that was 2018.
17.
2017.
No, it was not 2017. Don't say that. Don't, please, for the love of God, don't say that. Bro.
That's
Yeah.
how many years?
6 years ago.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's
you know
insane.
what? I think it's almost 6 years since I started playing with you guys.
Yeah.
Oh my!
I started when I was 19.
I started in 2016.
I started 16.
I was
or
26.
17.
Oh my
Oh no, I said
God.
17.
I feel like I'm one of the, like, because, you know, they're all like little kids and they all like grew up now.
Yeah.
Like, I see like an old video. I'm like, oh, that's just like what I
That's
look
how
like now.
that's how I based off
Yeah.
the year. I remembered what little Kirsch looked like at that time,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm like, well,
Or
that
Ga-
has
or
to
Gabe.
be around that time.
Or Gabe. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going up the mountain, and I didn't say this in my vlog because I think Bobby told me he didn't want me to put it in, but it's years now. We're all carpooling. Me, little Kirsch, Gabe, Bobby, and one more person.
Was it Javi?
in Bobby's
I don't
car?
think Javi.
Yeah, in Bobby's truck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kirsch is in the middle, says nothing, just goes, and I'm like, ew, ew. And then Bobby's driving, and he's like, well, somebody spill some water? And I'm like, he threw up.
Ew. Did someone spill water? Like that's.
And then I'm like, and I've never felt like a gag reflex, but that smell, I told Bobby, I'm
yeah.
like, if you don't pull over right now,
Yeah.
I will also be throwing
There
up
will
in
be
your
more
car.
puke.
That shit hit you like a freight train.
I rolled down the window and stuck my body
can't.
halfway out the window
can't.
to refuse myself from being victim number 2.
Was it a projectile vomit or was it
No,
just
it,
like, it went on
like,
his shirt?
like kind of,
Did it hit the back of the seat?
It got so he was the center. So it got the console,
Center console.
It got the console a little bit and all over himself.
Ew.
That's
Like
pretty
just,
funny.
you think you would feel it coming, and you'd be like, "Oh, I don't feel so good." No, just.
I mean, he was probably trying to hold it in that whole time. Like, have you ever seen? Like, I saw a video on Instagram the other day of like who it was 2 people getting married, and like the pastor was just like chilling, whatever, blah blah blah. They're doing their vows, and all of a sudden just turns to the side and just lets it go.
I don't know. Did you feel like super out of place? When you first
Anything you
stepped
had to
foot?
adapt to from Washington
like-
and Cali.
I didn't have any friends for like 3 years.
Did you really just stay in your?
I
bedroom
I
all the time?
legitimately didn't have like friends for like for probably like 3.5 years, and then I started rock climbing and softball around like the same time, like literally within like a month of each other.
No way.
Um,
Which one did you do first?
climbing. I climbed like June 2016, started climbing super consistently, and then July 2016 I finally played softball. Yeah.
See, notice how he said the word finally.
Yes.
That brings me to our softball topic. First of all, how'd you hear about softball?
A combination of my buddy Dave Soto. Shout out Dave Soto. Class of 2012, Gonzaga. Yeah. What's up, Dave?
You.
And he knew about Dodger films. He knew about Bobby and stuff. But also my older brother Lucas knew about Bobby before I even knew about anything. And he's like, yeah, there's this guy, Dodger films. He brings his camera out to left field and he just like chills and catches batting practice home runs. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Because my brother was doing like a vlog a day at that time.
Didn't know that.
So yeah.
Sam? Or
No, my older brother Lucas. Yep, he did a video a day.
Damn, dude.
But they were like 2-minute like just like flip cam vlogs.
Gotcha.
Oh, just like checking in, like hey, I'm
Yeah,
here.
whatever. It's like 2 minutes to 5 minutes long, of stuff like that. And I remember him telling me about Dodger films, and then he started doing the softball thing. And my buddy Dave, he's also from Southern California.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, hey, Dodger Films is doing like softball or whatever. And he sends me like a screenshot of like one of the first like open posts that Bobby put on Instagram for that. And he's like, dude, you should do it. And I was like, okay, maybe I will. And then I think I was probably like March or April. I bet you if I had my phone's somewhere over there. I could literally read you like the first DM that I sent Bobby to like get into softball. You want me to find it? I'll read it right now.
Go
Okay.
grab it.
How you doing?
Well, actually, kind
Oh,
of
that was fast.
picking back off of that. Well, real quick, you kind of got in the same, right? Because somebody told you about Dodger films.
Yeah, DPF told me about Dodger films. I didn't know what it was or who Bobby was, but he just told me they were going to start playing softball games, and I was like, I like to play softball. Well, baseball, but it was close enough. And I was like, yes, I will be there.
Yes, I was gonna say. I remember you told me that either way, even if it wasn't even for Dodger films, you were still yourself gonna just play softball, right? You and your hometown group were kind of gonna start a team.
We were debating joining like one of those adult softball leagues because we just missed playing. And then perfect timing. Oh, we didn't talk about that.
Footsies.
How long have you been doing this?
Oh, he wears sandals.
What, dude? Having feet?
He wears sandals permanently, left and right. He will not take them off, even in the showers.
Yeah.
He will poop with them on.
I'm a never nude foot.
No. I caught him. You posted a story working on your house.
Yeah.
You were not wearing sandals.
I was not wearing sandals because there was crazy power tools going on, and I like my toes because if I have my toes, then I can wear sandals.
So you broke tradition.
I did.
Wow.
Well, I have to wear them for work, so whatever. Anyways, I found it. Here we
That
go.
was fast.
Literally, the only thing that I've ever sent Bobby ever. Here we go.
Read it out.
There's a picture of here.
I've seen this picture.
I'll screenshot this and then you can put it up
Insert
if you
it.
want.
Yeah.
Hi, Bobby. I met you at an Angels Mariners game last season. Been wanting to play some kind of city softball team. play on some kind of city softball team, but I don't know that many people here since I transplanted from Washington. See, I didn't have any friends. I didn't have any friends. I'm 26 now. I played baseball from when I was 10 until I graduated high school. I'm a good outfielder and can swing an okay bat. I'd love to join your games. Hope to hear back from you. Keep it up with the videos. Thanks, Andy. And then I gave him my email. And then he's like, "You're on the list. Expect an email by Thursday."
Wait,
and
so,
I got that email and never responded to it. That was what, March? I think that was March 2016.
dude, did you really not respond for months on
That
end?
was my next question. You were ignoring not ignoring, but you just weren't going.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, we got to meet at 6 a.m., 7 a.m." And I was like, "I like to sleep. Sleep is good." And then finally in July, I think is when that was March, and then July I finally was like, "I'll be there." And Bobby's told me the story before. He's like, "Yeah, no, I almost took you off the list a couple times, but I wasn't really sure if you were like someone that was already playing with us, if that email was
God.
like, you know, Pushers or something like that." Shout out to Pusher. Pusher's the first person that I played catch with when I showed up day one.
Wow.
Hey,
Yeah.
What'd you do your first at bat?
Hit a ding dong.
Yeah.
I think I was actually going to bring that up. I love how you said, I have an okay bat, and yet you murder one to left center.
It's my arms are long, so I got long arms, and if I have like a nice long bat, it's a whip.
No,
I
it's
just
getting thwacked
I
out,
just whip it through, and then just physics happen. But I got nothing. I got no power. I got no muscles really.
What were your first thoughts on both of us? You've told me what you thought about me a couple times.
Yeah, because right after you had gotten blasted in the face, I had no idea. I didn't watch any of the videos, even like when I first played, I was like, I've never watched a single one of these videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had just gotten blasted in the face. You had like kind of your stitches, and then your teeth were like put back in. So you had like two little braces, whatever, little things right there. I was like, why does he just have like two braces? Like, what is the point of
full set of braces?
what is the point of that? And then yeah, you had like this like half healing like scab thing like on your lip from where you had your stitches. What was I saying? I don't remember. Who were you guys?
You walked up to me in a group, and
Yes,
apparently the first thing you heard me say was
yeah, like Kleshka. Yeah, that's Russian. My last name is Russian. Blah blah blah. Mobo, I don't remember.
I remember.
What?
I remember it clear as day.
Let's see, this might jog my memory, but
On
go
that
for it.
summer of 2016, I remember when you had first started playing with us, you kind of eyed me for a couple like times. Just, I don't know if you were trying to hit on me. I don't know.
Thought you were hot.
You were so
He thought I was so hot.
Yeah.
Anyways, he came up to me, and that was when I still wore the Mobo shirt, and he was like, "Do you know what that is?"
That's
And
right.
he checked me.
Literally.
He checked my privilege as soon as I was like wearing it. And he's like, "Do you even know who they are, bro?" And I was like a little like pop punk thing.
Really?
Like, yeah, dude, I'm part of the scene. And then we kind of clicked off of that for like
Yeah.
like small second, which grew to a love of music.
Because that's literally what I was doing when I not having friends before I discovered climbing and softball. Was I would always go to a million shows. I'd go to Chain Reaction, Glass House,
Yeah.
Observatory. I would literally I could show you notes on my phone of all of the things that I went to. I would like plan it ahead. Like, oh, I gotta get tickets for this band and that band. Huge into like the hardcore and metal and pop punk scene and stuff. And so I saw the Mobo shirt and I was like, oh, that's right. So yeah, that jogged my memory. I was like, literally, Mobo, your name is like a really great band. Yeah. So
A lot of you probably didn't even know that.
Nobody knows that.
When you were
like,
telling it right now, this is how I thought it went when you said I said that. I thought you were doing your thing or whatever.
Mike
fell.
well,
Shut
Mike
up,
fell.
Mike. And I thought you were just standing. I was like, Kleshka's Russian.
And I was like, cool. No, you were. I don't remember what you guys all were talking about.
Somebody probably asked me what my last name was. It is Russian for anybody that would like to know.
Kleshka crew. Better subscribe to Off the Field podcasting.
In Russia, Kleshka, make vodka.
Do you have a favorite moment from our games?
Favorite moment.
Yeah.
It was cool. I can say that I'm one of the only non-Benny or Bobby players that has won a World Series.
True. Back when we had captains.
We had the on-season softball league 2017.
Yeah.
2017.
Because it was like the first year I jumped in as the on-season 2016, and then off-season they had the league
Yeah.
2017.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2017 on season league. Yeah, that's right. So I was Team Andy, and I won like 12 straight games. I lost my first game against Fireball.
Yeah.
And then I won every game up until game like 2. We had a 3-game World Series. I won the first game, lost the second game, so it was like sudden death, game 3. And I ended up winning. That was really cool.
I wish we still had captains. I loved when we had captains.
That was so fun.
I remember Gabe's first home run was pretty cool.
Was that on your team?
I don't think it was on my team, but I remember I had the GoPro. There's the footage. We were all. I think he might have been on our team. I think he might have been on. That home run might have gone over my head.
I think
I was
on
in
the
center
opposite
field.
team.
I think I was in center field.
Yeah.
I think it went over my head, but I still ran in to like join in the dog
I think
pile.
everyone did.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I was on his team either. I think I also like ran out. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
not on your team,
Yeah.
but awesome.
And then all the various dinger heistings that I've done, those all stick with
How
me.
many
But
do you have? At least like 30?
honestly, the ones that stick with me the most are the ones that I don't get.
Are you
those
serious?
those ones I will still lie in bed and just be like, if I just moved my glove like an inch over, I could have had the best dinger heist of all time.
I think the stat is correct. I don't know how many, but you've robbed Fireball countless times,
Yeah, I
right?
think 3 or 4 times. I got Fireball's number. The one person that I always wanted to get and never did. I only had like maybe 2 chances. One that I can kind of remember. It was when like the lights weren't turning on, so we were trying to get a game in like real quick as the light was fading.
Oh, yeah.
Against Shop. I never got card Shop. I always wanted to heist him because I always wanted to use the line like I just robbed the card shop. Like, that's literally like whatever. And then like Christmas sweater. I never thought of it in the moment, but like if I ever heist him again, I'm gonna say like Christmas is canceled or something like that. You know,
I stole Christmas.
I stole Christmas.
There it
That's
is.
a good one too. Do you have any funniest moments that come to your mind immediately? Your favorite funny ones?
Oh my god, I got my greatest Andy moment of all time.
Okay.
What is it?
It was a vlog that he did off camera. We had played a game, and for some reason we were on the topic of like translating like certain words from
Oh yeah,
Spanish to English.
this was in one of my vlogs.
And my dumbass, he asked me, he went up to me innocently too. He was like, hey, how do you say double play in Spanish? And my fat dumbass was just like, double play. Like, I literally just added a Spanish accent to the word double.
Dude, that's in one of my vlogs. You could hear I
dude.
kept it in there. I was just like double play. I started laughing so hard.
We
But
both
yeah,
just like paused for like the slightest second just to be like, what the hell did you just say?
I think my favorite moments in any of my vlogs is when I get to go when I go up to Mobo and we don't know what each other's gonna say, but he says something. Most of the time, it doesn't even make it in the vlog because I can't use it.
We literally can't use it. It's so we're very naughty behind.
We're
the camera.
very offensive.
We love
Oh,
it.
I
Though.
was gonna catch it.
No,
I was
no,
gonna
we're
catch
good, we're
it.
good.
It's gonna fall. Is it
No,
gonna
we're
fall?
good. We're good. I have my foot. My foot is placed on it. I'm showing a lot of leg. It is chilling though. That's incredible.
What's happening, dude? What's
what
happening?
other
Oh
moments-
no!
Oh wow.
Okay.
That's gonna be a segment. But your personal like, what are some of your favorite moments?
My favorite moments. Well, the first time I played and I hit that home run, that was really cool because that was literally the first time that I had ever hit any sort of over the fence home run in any. I played in high school, but I was like 5'2" the whole time I was in high school.
No, you were not.
Pretty much so like halfway through sophomore year, I finally my balls finally dropped and I finally hit puberty. I was like the latest bloomer. So if you're like 16 years old and your voice still sounds like this, hang in there. It'll happen. And you'll become a nice little manly man like me. But yeah, that first home run was really cool. I don't know. I can't ever think of anything. There was one diving play that I made because I think it was Alondra or Natalie hit it because they always would hit it on the left field line.
Yeah.
And
super
we
short,
literally
right?
developed way too late, by the way.
Yeah.
The Natalie shift,
Just
where we
stand on the line.
We get rid of the entire right side of the infield
and just line it like every 10 feet, just place someone. She's guaranteed to hit the chalk line.
We just thought of that at the field we play at now. I wish we would have thought of it earlier because she doesn't go oppo. She never will.
Nope.
Oh no,
Nope.
she pulls it, dude. She's getting good. She's
Dude,
hitting the ball pretty
some of
consistently,
the
man.
girls have been killing it lately. Chartreuse hit one. If we played at one of our older fields, it might have been a home run.
Oh yeah,
I don't
think so.
remember. Jasmine's got some pop
Jasmine
She
has been
gotta go
getting
back.
good hard line drive swings lately.
too. If Jasmine, I think if Jasmine had played softball at like a middle school, then high school, then like college level. Like just the way that she is built is she's kind of built like a really good softball player. Like if she had developed like a really good swing and stuff, like early, she'd probably be like
Jasmine, we need to get you a coach.
easily one of our best players. Come on, Jazz.
Maybe if she didn't throw the bat at children.
My hat's or me too. I think she's probably thrown it at me. Lumpy's thrown it at me.
Has he?
Lumpy throws everything at everybody,
the first time I played all 9 positions. I did that for one of my vlogs, and then I did that for one of Bobby's videos. And I was playing catcher, and Lumpy hits it and then just throws the bat back at me, and I'm like squatted down, and it like bounces off my ankle. It didn't really like hurt or anything. And I like fell over, but I remember seeing it in like random like TikToks of like baseball fails and stuff like that.
You are the biggest Mariners fan I know, so we're gonna test your Mariners knowledge, okay?
I'm just the biggest Mariners fan. End of sentence.
He is the Mariners.
I'm literally the Mariners.
The
Hi
Mariner
guys.
fan.
You want to meet the Seattle Mariners? Here he is.
So, first, we have 3 players. I pixelated their faces.
Yes, you sure did.
I want you to try and name the 3 players. So here's the first one. Do you know who that is?
Come on, man.
Is it Richie Sexton?
Is that your final guess?
Just take your time.
I want to say I wanted to say that it was John Olerud, but he was a lefty.
Uh-huh.
It's definitely like early 2000s.
How can you tell?
It's just the material of the uniform, and it's just
it's like
the vibe. No, just the vibe of what he's wearing. I can tell it's like early 2000s.
Yeah.
I can see what you mean.
Is it? It's not. Maybe it's not Richie Sexton. I feel like Richie Sexton.
I was afraid in this segment he was just going to fire off all 3.
Oh, I honestly expected the same.
Oh, you're stumping me. That means you're stumping me right now.
Yeah.
So it's not Richie Sexton. Shoot.
This person has a name.
Am I allowed to have a year? Can you give me a year? Do you know?
This picture is from 95.
Oh, is that Dan Wilson? Give me Dan Wilson. Give me Dan Wilson. Oh, is that A-Rod? Oh,
You got him.
that's
Alex
right.
Rodriguez.
That's right.
Yeah.
Fun fact: I never got to see him play. First ever Mariners game I went to, it's June 23rd, 2000.
2 days away from my birthday.
Yeah.
The fact that you remember that day.
I think that was it. I mean, I've looked it up since because it was the
Yeah.
only rain delay in
Like Safeco history?
Safeco Field, T-Mobile Field, Park history. That's Richie Sexton, though.
he got it
That's
right
Richie
away.
Sexton, though. Yeah, I got that one. Hi.
Andy just nailed the Richie Sexton guess.
That's Richie Sexton for sure. Is it I can never remember if it was Sexton or Sexton.
Sexton. I
Is it
think.
Sexton?
Is it Sexton with like an A?
O-N.
Like Saxon?
Like,
Maybe?
no. Sexton.
Sexton.
Sexton. Richie Sexton.
Richie
Sexton.
He's just
I'm sorry. I
Transit,
didn't
man.
quite catch that. Could you please say that again?
Who is Richie Sexton?
Here's what I found.
S-E-X-T, right?
Yeah. Yes.
nice
Yes.
to see where you're up.
No,
Okay.
Sexton. Wait. No.
Saxon.
Wait, this says Sexton, and then it says, Brewers, Jersey, Mariners, and then up here, Mariners fan site, it says Richie Sexton.
It's like the Mandela effect, bro.
Check
you guys
Wiki-
were thinking about it wrong the whole time.
Check Wikipedia. It's always right.
Whatever.
Your third player.
Oh, that's Mike Cameron, dude!
He nailed it.
Oh, that was my guy. So I never got to see Griffey play. He was gone, but obviously, year 2000, he was gone.
Obviously, I'm not going to throw Griffey in there either.
And
It's too easy.
he was like, the reason I love center field is because of that guy right there. And then 2002, he hit 4 home runs, almost 5 home runs in a game.
Yeah.
I
He hit us on the warning track,
watched
right?
that on. I watched that on TV. He was more of a defensive guy than he ever was a hitter.
Really?
He hit it to the warning track on the 5th at bat, right?
The 5th at bat. I'm pretty sure it was. What's his name? Caught it with his back against the wall. What's his name? Short dude, really fast. Played for like the Indians. Kenny Lofton. Kenny Lofton. I'm pretty sure Kenny Lofton caught it with his back on the wall, like on the warning track. It would have been number 5. It was like to dead center.
Damn.
Yeah, but that's my guy right there.
That's the inspiration. Now, we had you guess the pixel pictures, and we have one baseball reference.
Oh boy.
Can you figure out who this is?
Let's see.
What do we have? What are the teams we see on there?
Oh, it's not
Cincinnati, Seattle, Cincinnati.
A lot of Seattle.
Yeah.
Made
Is
sure
that-
of that.
It's not up there.
That's
I can pull it up for you. Hold on.
oh, it's Brett Boone.
Yeah, you got it.
Like literally, he just got it.
That's
Brett
Brett
Boone.
Boone. Because I know he led the league in RBIs in 2001. I was just looking at his 2001 stats. I was like, all right, let's see who this guy was. Yep, and then he had third, All-Star,
I'm genuinely amazed.
Gold
Holy
Glove.
shit.
Did he get Gold Glove at shortstop?
Damn.
He had the one where he'd like they made a commercial about it. So he'd like swing, and then like he wouldn't like bring his arm down and drop it, and he wouldn't like swing and then just like drop it in front of him. He would like swing, and then like at the top of his swing when he was done, he would just kind of like flick it.
Oh, so you would like recoil it back.
That's what.
Oh,
that's what
that's
Shortsy.
like in the show all the
That's what
time.
Shortsy used to do too.
Shorty does that, bro. He does that.
What do we really have to bring up? Shorts.
Okay,
This is my podcast episode. Okay, can we leave him out of it?
this is a no short zone.
No shorts.
No
So.
short zone. Wait a minute.
Dude, what are you doing, dude?
I'm sorry, dude.
I'm triggered.
They're my never nude pants, bro.
Wow,
That's fine.
unbelievable.
2001. I was like until this last season,
Oh yeah,
20
you-
years,
yeah.
whatever. I was
Literally the dark.
11 last time I saw the Mariners play a postseason
Hey,
game.
we're not too far. We are on year.
Like what? It's 20. I remember 2014 because I had just moved here and I was like, the stupid
22.
Angels.
You're 22.
Yeah, we're on year 9 of no playoffs.
Oh, not. Oh.
You and someone else, right?
What?
No, it was you and the Phillies, and then the Phillies made it, right?
Huh? Oh, for playoff
Yeah.
rounds.
Oh yeah, they hadn't done anything since 2009. If you look back at the records from 2009,
Yeah.
it shows them like losing at every step to the postseason. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like you guys have always been competitive. The Angels have always been competitive with the Mariners, but you've never done anything. So I'm always just like, why can't we just do better against these guys? They don't do anything. It doesn't matter.
Speaking of our history of
Yeah.
the Mariners and Angels, obviously we were going to talk about this.
We were?
A no-hitter fun fact. I think Bobby said it best. You have to be the only person to see their team get no-hit twice by
times.
two different teams
different
in 2 different states. That is not the home state of the team in 2 weeks.
Yep. 3 weeks within 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
My bad. A lot of twos
And they were
going on
both
there.
combined no hitters.
Yeah.
So even more just weird and fucking rare.
So how does that feel, knowing that you were possibly one of one?
And honestly, I almost saw. I was almost at all 3 times that the Mariners got no hit.
That
They got
year.
no hit. They got no hit in Houston. Then the next day,
Houston.
it took until like the 6th inning. Huh?
No.
What are you pointing at? What are
Oh,
you
no,
pointing
I'm-
at, dude?
I'm just-
You pointing
You
at me?
confused. You
counting the
confused all of
times.
us. Okay.
I didn't mean to. I apologize.
I was like, look at the
I
camera.
know,
I was
me
like,
and
am I
Andy
supposed to be
both-
like, look at the camera? Okay. And then hit the no hitter, and it was bad. You're gonna have lots of fun with my audio.
Oh my God! I hope Andy. There
I'm
might be
literally-
hospital bills that need to be paid.
I'm bringing down the quality of this podcast.
But yeah, so you saw Angels. That was who threw that
Tyler Skaggs.
one? Well, that
wasn't
in
Tyler
honor of
Skaggs.
It was Felix Pena and somebody else.
some
Oh my
other
God, I
dude.
can't remember his name.
I saw his last game.
You did, Skaggs?
me and
Why are you
me
laughing?
and Cap
Be
were
respectful.
dude. Me and Cap were home plate seats.
Just doesn't even care.
Oh, I don't care. You know why? Because as bad as this is gonna sound, dude, I saw the worst game of baseball I ever played. Tyler Skaggs shit the bed. I mean, obviously RIP, but like, bro,
Yeah.
I spent like $300 on home seats for what?
Hey,
For a loss?
we got something in common, bro. The last time I saw Tyler Skaggs pitch was in Chicago on the road against the Cubs.
Don't tell me he shit the bed.
Anthony Rizzo hit a home run out of Wrigley off him.
Whoa.
No, he didn't.
Nice.
Oh god.
Nice.
Yeah, so I guess both of our last times with Skaggs was, I don't know if I want to high five to that.
What if we do a low five? Because it's kind of a low topic.
Okay, yeah.
Just a nice
Yeah,
little
yeah,
low
yeah.
five. There it is.
Is that a new thing we say on the podcast?
A low
Sad
five.
topic? A low five, man. Give me a low five for that one.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Wow. I was here for the creation of that. I
Now-
didn't do anything, but
Andy, real quick, I wanted to ask you this, like genuinely speaking, because like you said earlier, you're a natural outfielder. That's where that's your land. That's what you want to do.
I was just afraid
You
of
like it.
I was afraid of ground balls.
Why?
I played third base in Little League, but
Why, are you afraid of getting hit in the face or something?
yeah, I don't know personally. I'm not friends with anybody that's been hit in the face with any sort of balls ever.
None?
But none.
Not one?
Not a single
Not even
one. I
two
mean,
now?
maybe mild acquaintances. someone that I'd be
crazy.
like, oh, cool, you're Russian, but that's about it.
Just known people. You know?
What
Yeah,
about
yeah.
somebody that goes like nice and does like one of these?
J-Vi.
A nice little hovie.
I got a good picture of him. Did you were you there when the picture we did like the chalk outline or we like drew
Oh
like
my
the body
God,
around
yeah.
his like blood
I
puddle?
saw the picture.
How much do they know about
I
it?
was
You
gonna
talk
say,
about it
they
a
don't
lot?
even know what we're talking about.
Okay.
Really no clue.
We can fill them in, right? Because
I
it wasn't.
almost vlogged that stuff too, but
I
I didn't.
know.
I was like over it.
So the game wasn't filmed. We can talk about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Little side
we
story.
have been
We'll find the
getting back
picture.
into softball, and we were playing a game after a game that we normally play, and Javi basically pulled a me.
Oh yeah, it was a practice
Rip.
game. I was playing
Yeah.
third base. He was playing short.
So
So,
you got-
literally feet from him.
So you guys remember when I got hit in the face by a line drive all those years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Javi took a bad ground ball 2 weeks ago up to his face, gave him a little scar right above his lip. He was bleeding.
Blood.
Andy has photos.
And there's the crime scene photo right there.
I love that.
We've been keeping up with him. He's good. He says still he's wondering when he can bite. I've been like his unofficial doctor through this whole thing. He keeps asking me questions. He's like, "How long did it take you to bite? When can I do this? How long should
Should I eat solid food?
Yeah. So I'm like, I've been
literally
giving him
just
information.
I just got my wisdom teeth out, so I was giving him a little bit of tips too. I was like, just macaroni and cheese, dude. You can kind of just like mush that up with your tongue.
Yeah.
Enjoy the diarrhea and the
But
constipation.
yeah,
though.
I think we all knew immediately. I was in right. Mobo was at third. Where were you?
It was nasty.
I was in like left center
Yeah.
with Kinez.
I had a great view of it. Being with the angle of the ball,
Yeah.
it was boom, boom, and then at the last top just went bah right up to his face, and I was like, that's bad because he wouldn't lift up his head. He was
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
ground.
yeah.
He wouldn't lift up his
Face
head.
down.
Everyone around him rushed, and we were like, Javi, you have to lift your head. We have to see what happened. And he lifts his head. There's already blood.
Yeah, there's the blood puddle in that picture that I.
there's the blood puddle. And luckily was not as bad as mine. He just had like a cut that went through his upper lip. No teeth fell out. None of that. He is okay. But yeah, that was scary for sure. I forgot why we even got on that topic.
Why did we get on that topic?
Oh, because we were.
Getting hit in the face.
No, I was gonna ask you because you're a natural fielder.
Oh,
outfielder,
yes, that's right.
I wanted to ask you what is
Oh,
like for you
wait.
personally, like what's your Mount Rushmore of like outfielders that like you were like, you know what, these guys fucking
These
killing the
are
game.
Just outfielders?
I want to
Yeah,
play it
yeah.
Current or former?
all time,
All
all
time.
time,
All time.
just to make
Mount
it just
Rushmore
that
of
bit
outfielders.
harder.
I mean, I had to put my guy Mike Cameron. That's
Okay.
like my number one, just nostalgic. Ichiro is probably the GOAT.
Oh yeah,
Ichiro's
No,
like
be
the
with
George Washington in that thing.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked Torrey Hunter when I was a kid too. Like Mike Cameron and Torrey Hunter were like sick, but he was on the twins.
No,
version.
he's wearing
Twin-
an angel hat on
twins.
this Mount Rushmore, right?
Twins
No, he's wearing
version.
an angel's hat.
Angel's
It's a
hat.
nice, beautiful,
Twins
nice red
version.
angel's hat on that Mount
can
Rushmore.
we get a
The,
can we get a photoshopped Torrey Hunter like angel head?
You're gonna make me do more work, bro.
The
You can
Metrodome.
Photoshop it.
I will. Horrible.
I remember watching clips of him at the Metrodome. Remember because they had like the plastic bag or whatever they called it, like the Ziploc bag.
What?
Do you know what I'm talking about? Like the outfield wall was like this weird like tarp thing. It was like this weird plastic tarp because it pushed back, it held back all the seats. Because they played football there too. The Vikings played there. And I remember him like robbing home runs over that thing, and like I don't know. I just have the visual of him up against this weird like tarp looking wall and like robbing home runs.
You know-
But I'll go for some current guys right now. Huge Byron Buxton guy.
Wait, did you round out the original? You did Torrey Hunter, Ichiro, and Mike Cameron?
See, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna put Torrey Hunter in there. I'm just kind of like trying to like name two other guys. I guess Willie Mays. Honestly, Willie Mays is probably like the greatest all-around player to ever play in the history of baseball. That's
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah.
You got Roberto Clemente too, though.
There's
None
a
of these
hard
guys
one.
that I ever saw. But
so many.
I
Did
know
you say
that they're-
Harper?
I said it's a hard one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then Bryce Harper. Actually, all four was
Yeah,
Bryce,
Bryce
Harper.
Harper, Mike Trout, Byron Buxton.
Trout. I gotta tip my cap to Trout.
Might be-
Is he up there, or are you just tipping?
I don't think he's not on my Mount Rushmore for sure. No,
He's on mine though.
But right now, definitely Byron Buxton. When he retires and stuff, I'll be like, yeah.
Get
the
him.
only thing with him, dude, he always gets injured.
That's true.
I
He's
just-
never been able to stay healthy for a whole season.
I just want to see a full, healthy season of Buxton.
Has it really been like his track record? Just always something in each
Like
season?
early last season, he was an MVP candidate, and then he got
remember
injured.
Yeah. Griffey obviously is in there. Dude,
So
this is
many.
hard for outfielders. It's really hard.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
fine.
so I guess I can do Mike Cameron, Ichiro, 2 former, and then I'll go for current right now. Probably Byron Buxton. Where's Kevin? Is Kevin Kiermaier still alive? I didn't.
Yeah.
He's on the Blue Jays. He just signed with them this year.
He's pretty sick. So I'd say like those 2 guys as like my current presidents on Mount Rushmore, and then you got the 2.
I like it.
But Ichiro is probably my goat as far as outfielders goes. Bryce Harper like Dodger Stadium.
No,
He like catches the ball and then he
yeah,
turns and then
right.
brah! And then he just fucking died. That was crazy.
Now, baseball, a sport loved by many. You, however, love sports that are pretty obscure. I want to start with darts.
Love the darts.
The darts.
What is it with darts? What
180.
what makes darts so fun and cool to you?
It's so niche, brother.
Yeah, it is.
I've never
Very
met-
niche and like they're so the professional guys are so good. They're like if you ever a dartboard, you're back 7 feet 9 and 1/4 inch. Of
course.
That's
Oh, yeah.
where
Obviously.
the line is. That's where
Exact.
it's called the Aki, OCHE.
The Aki way?
That's the line. The Aki. That's
Wait,
what
hold
it's
on.
called.
Have you seen the guy on TikTok?
Yeah, I know.
I want to go to New York just to get a sandwich. made
The
back
Aki
then.
way. But no, there's no like eggs or hash browns on this line.
Damn it.
Yeah, so it's called the Aki, and just stand that far away from like your wall and be like, I'm gonna hit that spot on the wall with this literally it's like a tiny little pin. Just boop. They're so good, and like it's gotten so much more popular. It's a European sport for sure. Like it's huge in England and stuff. About a lot of my favorite players are from Scotland. They're from Scotland.
The Scottish.
Gary Anderson, the Flying Scotsman, and then Peter Snakebite Wright.
Snakebite right.
Snakebite Wright. He literally has his wife. So he's like the most like flamboyant, I guess, out of all of the darts guys. So he'll have some crazy design on his pants, and whatever that crazy pattern or design is, he'll have it painted on one half of his mohawked head.
Huh?
So he'll have like say he has like some crazy like pink and purple argyle pants. He'll have pink and purple argyle on one side of his head, pink and purple mohawk, and then his little snake logo is also painted onto the side of his head. And his wife's like a hairstylist, so she does it for him. She like paints it on every match, and he's a one-time world champ, I think.
Oh, of course.
He was the defending champ last year. This year, who won this year? Michael Smith won this year. You guys know Michael Smith.
Yeah, of course I know Michael Smith.
Michael Smith, dude. He's loved in every household.
Yes.
I just love it. I don't know. It's fun because you're competing with yourself. It's really easy. You just I could literally do it for hours. Like I have a dartboard at home. Like you can just shut yourself in. You can listen to music and just throw darts, and you get pretty good at it. I've been doing it for like 5-6 years. Yeah.
You're the reason why I got one. I'm not even kidding you. I legit started playing with it when you were like, "Hey, come fuck around with the dartboard," and I was just playing with it.
Fun,
and I bought
dude.
mine, and then I sent you a picture of me just like gaping a hole. I like gauged a hole in my living room, or no, my room, trying to like mount it. And I sent it to Andy. He's like, "Is this supposed to happen?" And all he sent me was, "Ha ha 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 ha."
Yeah, no, it wasn't supposed to happen. Anyways, yes, love the darts.
Another one that you got into, another obscure sport, or I don't even know if it's a sport, but a hobby? Rock climbing and bouldering.
Yes, rock climbing, bouldering. It's
Bouldering?
sort of the same thing.
Yeah.
So bouldering is a type of rock climbing, a subgenre, I guess you would
Bouldering
say.
is when you do it like
God.
outside, like on the big, like.
I mean,
natural rocks, right?
you can bouldering is there's no ropes, and
damn.
it's just your shoes, a chalk bag, and then if you're in a gym, like all the floors are padded, but you can get like a
Mobile one.
crash. They're called crash pads, so they unfold, and you got like I don't know, maybe like 10 square feet to land on.
A memory foam mattress, essentially.
Yeah, that literally like that's basically what it is. It's a little more like firm than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been doing that for as long as I've been doing softball, however long that is.
And that's where you met your wife too, right?
That is also where I met my lovely wife, Kayla.
Oh.
How did that story happen? How did you? What made you want to go up to her?
Did you guys go for the chalk at the same time and cross hands?
We crossed hands and then we started climbing.
No, they're climbing up
They were
there.
like- they were like this,
And then
they were
they go for the same ride.
I just started like spooning her on the wall and just mirroring her, ghosting her on the movements. So I would climb at a gym in Long Beach on the weekends, and then I would climb at a gym in Mission Viejo during the week. So I'd like climb like 3 times. Monday, Wednesday, Friday I would climb, and then like a Saturday I would climb at this gym in Long Beach. It's all the same gym, so like my membership got me to all of them.
Yeah.
And I was just there. Was there with my buddy, and she walked in. I remember seeing her walk in, and I remember being like, "I'm gonna go talk to her later at some point," because people. I'm gonna promote climbing, joining a climbing gym, or just climbing in general. It's really good for you because it's like,
It's not intense at all. It's very easy on the body, right?
It's incredibly it's like learning how to crawl, dude. It's so easy to do. It's not even hard.
Were you serious?
No, I didn't mean it like that. I was just saying like I didn't mean it like an ass, but it's like okay compared to like CrossFit.
Oh, compared
or
to
like throwing
sure,
a
compared to
cannonball.
CrossFit. I mean, but people that do CrossFit would also be pretty good at climbing just because the fitness part of it.
Well, I meant in the sense of like it's low.
No, dude, you're wrong.
body.
Take the L, dude.
Like
No, I'm
all
kidding.
the muscles.
I know
you're
what you
gonna
mean. I know
use
what you mean.
here
I know what you mean.
And like in your fingers too.
No,
If you don't like competitive sports like traditional, like
That's a
you're
good way to
competing
put it,
against
yeah.
someone, it's a really good way to push yourself and motivate yourself and feel good about accomplishing a thing, climbing to the top of a wall. It's so weird that people like to do that. Like the guy that the first person to ever climb Mount Everest, they asked him like, why do you want to climb Mount Everest? And he just said, because it's there. Like simply just, it's literally like why do you want to like wreck your body and like hurt your fingers to try and get to the top of this 15-foot rock? Like, I don't know, just so I can say that I climbed it. I did it. I'm up there now, and it was hard, and I did it. Woohoo! Like, it's the weirdest thing, but it's so fun. So join a climbing gym. The atmosphere is really cool. You'll meet a lot of people, and maybe you'll meet your wife or husband or whatever.
Yeah, could
Do it.
happen.
Do it.
I did a video a couple weeks ago where I reacted to weird sports, and since we're on this topic,
Oh boy.
I want you to just pick one of these that you think you would love. Kayla, your wife, you guys had one of the dopest intros to your wedding. Remember when they came out?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sick.
God.
So where'd that choreography come from? Did you think of that, Kayla?
Okay, so the dance. You're talking about the dance
Yeah,
that
when
I
you
did?
guys came in. And it was like,
I don't know. We were like,
awesome.
do we want to do like a silly dance or something like that? You know, because you see that shit on like Instagram, whatever.
Yeah.
And they did it in like The Office or whatever, you
Uh-huh.
know. So we're like, should we do something like that? And then we were like trying to like figure out songs, and then like I had like just found out about that ooh la 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 whatever song that was, the run the jewels ooh la la.
yeah.
Ooh la la ah wee wee, and it was a good beat and stuff. And I was like, all right, hey, what about this one? And she liked it, and we choreographed it and everything. And it was funny before we were in the car on the way, because all you guys were already in like the venue or whatever, and you know it's like, oh, the bride's here, and we're like, yay, we run in. But we're in the car driving there, and we're like, should we even do it? Like we sub, like it's like I don't think it's gonna be that good, like blah blah blah.
Oh my god.
That's crazy because you guys killed it.
But here's the thing,
Yeah, y'all-
we did it. We eventually we did it. And so like the whole time we're doing like our first dance, because we go from the first dance into that. So like the whole time we're doing the first dance, like no one else we're like whispering in each other's ears. We're like, okay, so we're really gonna do this. Like, okay, so all right, so we go left first, and then we do that move.
Just game plan.
Okay, we're literally like the whole time first dance. It's like this supposed to be this beautiful special moment. Remember it forever. All I remember is like oh, let's not fuck this dance up. Like, and sure enough, like we thought we killed it. It was fun because everyone got hyped up,
Oh,
and
yeah. Great atmosphere.
it was cool. But I got all the wedding footage or whatever from our videographer. I watched it back, and we were like, this sucked. But it was like I don't know if you guys ever watch It's Always Sunny. Have you ever watched it? Have you ever seen it?
There.
Anyways, if you guys have seen it, there's an episode where the cast, they all do like this like crazy dance or whatever, and then at the end, really it's like this super nice choreographed dance, like, and then all of a sudden it switches to them, how they really are, how everyone else is singing it, and they're all just like super hammered and drunk and like doing a terrible job. That's kind of what it felt like. It was like, I watched the replay, I was like, man, in our heads we like nailed it. It looked so good. Like everyone was like super hyped about it. And then we watched it back, but like this was like maybe one of like the worst like times we ever did that dance. Like,
you're just like, we're not doing this.
I was like, I'm never doing that again.
Dude, it was a steamy day that day.
It was hot. Once the sun went down, it was nice. But like, I remember walking around. I remember walking around in the morning though, and then just finding, just like, oh, there's a pile of puke there. There's a pile of puke against that tree. There's a pile of puke against that wall, and there's a pile of puke over here by the pool. Like it was just like yeah. And all I did was just like just kicked a bunch of dirt on it, and I was like, I'm not cleaning this part.
That little suite that you guys had was awesome.
Yeah. So we rented out like a like a whole like kind of compound area, and just if people wanted to sleep in one of the yurts, it had like these like little tent things. You could also camp on it. People could sleep in their cars, and then there was like a couple like actual like structures where you could sleep, and I was in one of them, and some people that were in our wedding party were in the other. Yeah.
You want to tackle the topic of music with this man?
Oh, of course. We're no stranger to it on the softball crew, but a lot of people don't know it. You are a music fanatic, might I say.
I do like music, but I will say that I have not listened to anything new in so long. Like I'm like you. I hit. I hit like 20. Like when I first moved to Southern California, that's when I kind of I really got into a lot of the more like sad like pop punk sort of stuff, because like I was like I don't have any friends.
It's that Seattle depression.
I guess. I mean, Kurt Cobain, rest in peace. I started going to a lot more shows and stuff because there wasn't really any sort of real scene or anybody that like I knew in a scene back home. So like I came here, I was like, oh, this is like, you know, LA area, like bands always come through here no matter what. So I got really into like going to shows, and found it. Out
of all the shows, would you always go by yourself, or what is it like? Maybe a coworker, like, hey, you know, do you want to go?
I would mostly go by myself, honestly. If it was something that wasn't too like crazy, like I'd be like, because my uncle Pat, he grew up in like the 80s. Where so he was like my age in like the 80s when like Kiss and like
Glam
Van
metal,
Halen, like whatever, all that hair metal shit.
Yeah.
So like he's like yeah, whatever, rock music. And so he'd go and see like a couple like less heavy bands. But no, I mostly honestly I just went with myself, because I mean going to a show with like a friend is cool, but like if you like want to take like a date there, like it's
hard.
It's hard to go to a hardcore show and be like, I'm gonna go get in the pit and I might come back a little bit fucked up. Like dude, I got kicked in the head.
I was gonna say, you did that with Kayla, right? You took her to an Every Time, or
no? I took Kayla. Kayla has seen Every Time I Die. My favorite band of all time is Every Time I Die.
Every Time I Die.
Every time.
But I took her the first like really heavy show that I ever took her to go see was August Burns Red. And they have a clip, an old Snapchat I think saved of her, and so you know they're on stage and they're like like doing like all this like crazy shit, heavy shit. I love August Burns Red, and like it's all like going down, so it's like a breakdown and everyone's beating the shit out of each other in the pit, but I'm like hanging back with her. And it was at the observatory, so you know how it's like terrace, so we're like on like the first terrace before like the floor where all the chaos is.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm standing there, like I have a video of the band, and like I pan down and everyone's beating the shit out of each other in the mosh pit. I'm gonna go over to Kayla, and she's just like it's just so
is she like a worried mom, just like what the fuck is going on
like,
here?
what the fuck is this white people shit? Like, honestly, just like what is this? Like it was her first exposure to like huge like metal like mosh pit stuff like that.
Well,
but yeah,
that leads us in actually to this next thing. What would you say is like hands down the craziest thing you've seen? Because we always share concert things no matter what, whether it's like a wall of death, some guy just I showed you too countless times, like a knuckle puck clip of somebody just dying, just falling off. So what you got?
He's got one.
So Warped Tour 2012, 2012? No. 2012 or 2013. Yeah, so it was like Warped 2012, Portland. I was up there with some buddies. So I would always go to Warped Tour with friends and stuff. I'd fly home for that. And because I'd been going since I was like 17.
Damn, did you go consecutively?
I went 2007, 2008, and then I didn't go until like 2012, and then 2012 until the year before it ended. I stopped going. I didn't go to the last one. But anyways, so it was just hot as shit. It was on asphalt. So there was like no dirt, no grass, nothing. So it was just like 98 degrees.
Coming right back up.
Everybody's
Reflecting.
hands just melting into the ground.
Everybody was dying. And so, you get like that was always the craziest thing. You'd see like these like emo kids. They're still wearing like their baggy ass shit.
Leather.
Like 19
hoodies
leather
on.
bracelets and like the hoodie and the hat. They would have like a beanie on in like 104 degree
Dude, I'd be
weather.
afraid it'd melt to your skin and become a part of you.
The lip ring and stuff, and like their hair. Your hair is always like swooped over
the
here, but it was just like matted to their forehead at
Nice
this
little
point.
cybergoth moment.
Anyway, it was like this like emo chick. I don't even remember who the band was. It might have been August Burns Red. I saw them at Warped Tour once, and all of a sudden I kind of see this commotion. I hear like something happening behind me. I'm at like the front, and I see the security guards. They're like hopping up. They're trying to see what's going on. Yeah. And all of a sudden, one of the security guards, this big dude, just reaches over my shoulder and grabs an arm. And I see this arm just kind of like flops over my shoulder. It looks dead. It was white. It was completely just white, limp arm. Oh my and he God. Pulls this chick, and she is just literally just.
Oh my!
I'm not kidding.
Oh my God!
Lifeless body.
Oh my God!
But she was like 98 pounds, whatever. She weighed nothing. This big dude just grabs her and pulls her over, and he's like carrying her, and she's just like whatever. And then they carry her away, and I was just like, oh my God, just drink some fucking water. It's not that hard.
It's really not.
Like, they literally give you water there. Like, that's like the main thing that you know about Warped Tour. It's gonna be really hot, so you should drink some water. That's like the main rule for surviving Warped Tour was it's August. It's gonna be 100 degrees. Drink some fucking water.
And no, they're just drinking Monsters left and right.
Drinking
not giving
Monster
a
Energies,
single fuck.
Mountain Dews.
It's just pounding them down.
Yep.
What's your favorite concert you've ever been to?
Like top 3, let's say.
I mean, every time I've seen Every Time I Die,
It gets better and better.
I saw Every Time I Die back-to-back nights. There's just when you love a band and you know every single word to like pretty much every song, and you know where like the hits are gonna be, you know where like the breakdowns are gonna be, and you get in the pit and you're just like. It's almost like you're orchestrating it. Like there's like 12 of us, and we're all just like yeah, let's go. And
oh yeah, you hold off everybody. You're like wait.
But I will say the most excited I've ever been at a concert was the Foo Fighters. I saw them at Key Arena in Seattle. It's where the Kraken play now. It's like Climate Pledge Arena, whatever. Are you gonna be a Kraken fan, by the way?
No, I'm a Ducks fan. No. I got a hockey team.
Whatever.
Hey,
anyway,
Sea Dragons though.
Sea Dragons,
Sea
dude.
Dragons.
Sea Dragons.
XFL, baby.
XFL.
Sea Dragons.
Huh? You gonna hop on our train?
Sea Dragons.
Sea Dragons.
Sea Dragons.
Sea Dragons.
Anyway, the Foo Fighters. First time I saw Foo Fighters, 2008. Echoes, Silence, Patience, and Grace tour. They just come out with that album.
Is
course,
that the
of course.
Learning to Walk Again?
No, that was The Pretender. The Pretender. So when The Pretender came out, that was that album. 2007. I was 17, dude. And that came out. Anyway, big Foo Fighters. Dave Grohl's like literally my hero.
I think I told you that I saw Dave Grohl perform that with Billie Eilish.
Yeah. I watched the clips. That was amazing. Chills. Got chills, dude.
Cars.
Anyway, so they open with the song called "Let It Die," and it's this cool like acoustic intro. It's really like melodic, and then as soon as that part's over, it like really busts into this like heavy rock, like smashing drums, beat and stuff. And there's a moment from when it goes from the acoustic to the heavy stuff where it's like quiet for a second. So you hear the like last two like gentle notes, and all of a sudden Dave Grohl's just like, yeah, and then it just, and Dude, I lost my voice. I've never lost my voice quicker. Like I think it took like one scream, and I couldn't sing along for the rest of the concert. It
Are
was
you serious?
Song one. That was like the most like instant adrenaline excitement that I'd ever felt in my life. There's like a clip of it on YouTube. You can see it where he just does this like perfect scream. And I was like obsessed with Dave Grohl at the time. So I was like, there he is. He's right there. I'm like up in the nosebleeds, obviously. But
500 feet.
It was
And
so
we
cool.
were the same way when we saw Post Malone. We were up in the
I
nosebleeds.
was
at
the
Honda
Yeah,
same
you're-
way
you're
when I
hyped.
saw
It
Billie
doesn't matter.
Eilish.
Crying.
When I
You
saw
can
Billie,
hear it. You can hear it.
When I saw Billie Eilish, I was stoked, but I was pissed because she has songs where you can mosh, and it sucked seeing it from nosebleeds, and you're like, I want to be down there.
Yeah. So yeah, that was probably the most like excited I think I've ever. When people are like, "Oh, were you more excited?" Like, I guess if the Mariners won the World Series, like, the second that happens, I can imagine. But like, whenever people ask me like, "What's the most excited you've ever been?" I was like, that like 2 seconds of when Dave Grohl screamed and then the music came in at that show. That was like the most excited I've ever been.
Did you cry when the Mariners made the playoffs this year?
Very lightly. It wasn't as much as I thought. I was more just like happy and like yelly than I was like weepy and stuff. I guess I maybe a little bit afterwards.
I would assume the crying would come if the World Series.
Oh, without a
Yeah,
doubt.
yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
But more so, I was just like, okay, we are in the playoffs.
Let's
Holy
go!
shit! Like, I didn't really know what to do with my body.
You know what? I saw a TikTok today that for straight guys, the "let's go" is their yes.
I agree.
I can agree with that.
Like the yes queen for straight guys, it's "let's go."
Let's go!
Come on.
Real quick before we veer off into the next topic, I wanted to ask because I'm curious. We know you're very high highs in concerts.
You think I'm high?
No, sir. What do
He
you
is
think?
straight age. He has never smoked or drank. Okay.
What
Anyway.
would you say is the absolute like worst dog water show, like worst show you've ever seen live?
Yeah. We have it right there. You see worst concert right there.
Worst concert
Worst
ever,
concert?
Or if you don't have a bad one, your least favorite, I guess.
Man.
or one that like let you down.
Yeah.
Suppose.
Mm,
Boy saw Smash Mouth. No, I'm kidding.
honestly,
Wait, did
no, I never saw Smash Mouth. Band Taking Back Sunday.
Oh yeah.
You have ever heard of them? Taking Back Sunday. Really good on the album, but like I saw them on Warped Tour. I think it might have been that same year where the dead girl went over my shoulder.
That emo girl.
They were not good live. I was like, man, I wish they were like better. That's like, it was kind of disappointing, but I was still just like, yeah, cool, whatever. No one like I tend to like not go to shows that I know are gonna be bad. Like I like the top quality shit. No, nothing that comes to mind. Because like I just wouldn't waste my time on someone that shitty. But like at Warped Tour, there's like a million bands, so you just kind of can walk away if you want.
Yeah.
What about you, Ozzy? Is there any concert you went to where you're like?
I've been to very
"This sucked"?
few. Like I feel like for both of you, you'd have to sit there for a while, and be like, I saw this person. Oh, I also.
Oh, I
saw
got
this
one in
person,
mind
this person."
already that I want to.
But I've only seen. I think I can name everybody I've seen. I've seen Bowling for Soup at the House of Blues back when it was at Downtown Disney.
I have a story about them too.
I saw a Van Halen cover band. I saw
Right on.
Ed Sheeran. I saw Billie
Ed Sheeran's
Eilish.
good.
Yeah, Ed Sheeran's really good.
Really?
Yeah, he like breaks down his whole foot pedal thing that he uses. It helps loop his.
Yeah, he does everything. It's crazy. I took Kayla the 2017 for her birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he'll play a riff and then he'll loop
loops it.
and then that whole thing becomes like "Don't" or one of his other songs.
Oh, he does this live.
Yeah, so
on-
he'll
Yes.
play
loop it and then
like the main
perform it?
riff, and then he'll play like like a lead part, and then loops it, and then cuts it out, and then brings it back like at different time. Like you get,
I didn't know that.
It's so hard to do that stuff. Because you have to be like perfect. Because if you're like out of time like a little bit,
You have
like
to restart.
eventually, like later on in the song, it all like doesn't sync up, and it sounds terrible. So you have to be like really on point with loop pedals.
And he like narrates it as he's doing it. So like he'll play it and then you'll see him go and he'll be like, "That's one, that's two," and then he'll be like, "And now let's go," and then he'll start the song.
What?
Literally, it's just him. Like he makes so much money because he doesn't have a band. It's literally just him
Yeah.
and an acoustic guitar and his voice. That's it.
Wow, I did
He's
not
so
know
good.
that.
He was really impressive live.
So I saw him. I saw Billie Eilish. I saw Renee Rapp. I saw The Post Malone with you.
Posty.
And I think that's it. Have you been to the Troubadour, Andy?
No.
You should go there. It's a really cool venue.
Andy's probably gonna be the only person that actually knows this band.
Uh-oh.
I saw. So keep in mind, this was at the peak like Mobo of them. Like they're about to drop their third album and disappear off the face of the earth. I saw Say Anything.
Okay, yeah, I saw them
And
once.
Honestly, probably the worst concert I've ever seen because it was
Really?
it was Joyce Manor,
Yeah.
Mobo,
Yeah.
and I was like, cool. I don't think any band can top that. And then Say Anything comes on, and like third song in, I'm like, I am gonna leave because this is complete
I say anything.
dog ass.
They were just
saw them
bad
twice.
performers.
It's just like he said.
He has a weird voice. He has a really acquired taste voice.
Yeah, it's
And
very.
it
like,
doesn't really translate that well live.
Would you even say it's like whinier than Tom DeLonge,
Maybe.
but like deeper? If that makes any sense.
When I watch
literally, though, I
you,
swear to God.
when
I was a young boy, and then like it just goes into.
called her on the phone and she touched herself. Touched herself.
One thing you said that I want to make sure we get a little more context on this before we move on.
Uh-oh.
You got kicked in the head at a mosh pit?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Oh yeah.
How?
So I remember the band was Beartooth, but before I was into them or knew who they were, I think it was August Burns Red. I've seen August Burns Red like 3 or 4 times. And it was like I had just started my job. I just moved here. I just started my job. And I was like, sweet, yeah, I'm going to go see August Burns Red. And I was just like being like, okay, cool, I'll mosh for these other bands that I don't really know. Mm-hmm. And, you know, you're just in the pit and, you know, if you're not paying attention, you know, you're going to get like a fist or a whatever. And some guy was literally doing like these crazy kicks and I caught one on the side of my head. And I didn't go down, but I remember my hat flew off. I remember bending down and picking up my hat and putting it back on and everyone being like, are you okay? You okay? Whatever. And I kind of like went back to like the edges of the wall or edges of the pit. And I'm like leaning against the wall. And then the next thing I remember, it's a different band.
Oh God.
Like this is literally like it just skipped to like it's a different band. And then I pull out my ticket stub and I'm looking at the date. It said like November 14th. And I was like, it's already November? Like I was like confused. Like, it's already November, and then I'm looking at the band. I was like, oh, "That's right, I got kicked in the head, and I think I blacked out right now. Like I think I got kicked in the head so hard because I don't drink, so I never blacked out before. So I was like, I hate this. I was like, what is this?
Oh my God.
And had like a little bit of a black eye like the next day. And I remember it was the first day. It was during the week too, and it was the first day where like my boss was actually going to be in the office. Oh my God. Wow. Since I got hired, like he hired me, and then it's the first time like where I'm actually like there when he's there, and I have this like it wasn't like a huge black eye, but it was like a little baby black eye. I was like, yeah, I got kicked in the head in a mosh pit or whatever. And he's like, who the fuck did I hire? like, but we're good. 10 years at that company still.
You are a YouTuber now.
Andy Rulo, baby.
How did what made you want to start doing YouTube? Because you were on the YouTube channel Dodger Films with us. You had known about
Plenty of time.
me doing YouTube, and that had been going on for years. And then you, like, 2 years ago now.
I mean, like, Bobby would always talk to me and be like, why aren't you doing it?
I mean, realistically,
why aren't
Bobby
you doing
wants
this?
like most of the people in softball to do YouTube. He's always like, why don't you do YouTube? Momo, why don't you have a channel? Gabe, why don't you have a channel?
Just do it. And I was always honestly just like lazy. I probably could have started it like during the pandemic. I'm glad that I didn't because like a bunch of other shit in my life went crazy, and then if the pandemic was crazy for everybody. And I'm kind of glad that I didn't because then I wouldn't have been like consistent with it. But then once everything kind of like fell back into place and I had some sort of organization in my life at the end of 2020, December, I was like, okay, cool. And then I played the show 2020 for like my first videos I think that I did, and Bobby was just send me paragraphs of everything that I was doing wrong and what I need to improve and this and that. It was really helpful. I mean, like he coached me through a lot of it, and yeah. So I mean, I've always made like videos and I've always done stuff in front of the camera. Like since I was like 11, 12, I always had like little digital cameras. We'd make like sketches with my brothers and this and that and just goofing off. So I was never like shy in front of the camera and like goofing off and being like a personality in front of the camera, I guess.
I know all the softball viewers know that.
Yes. Yeah, so I was just like, okay, I guess I can do this. So the main thing that was really hard for me was like getting my thumbs to work at the same time as like my mouth and my brain while I was playing, because like I don't even really like playing video games.
I mean,
Like, I'm honestly like, I have
No
never
way.
been good at it. I've never been good at it. Pretty much every time I play a video game, it's either for like your channel or for my channel.
the thing with our group and YouTube, obviously one of the biggest things for YouTube is being consistent,
Yeah.
and having lots of videos. And the easiest way to do both of those things is playing video games, especially with the sports games, because you guys are interested in baseball, football, and those are the easiest. And then, you know, me and Andy both do vlogs, but those like real life things, those are harder and way more time consuming to put out daily than like a road to the show.
Yep.
So
Yep. So pretty much, I think every time you guys have, if anybody subscribes to my channel and remembers me doing Fall Guys videos, every single Fall Guys video,
Oh, you must have want to kill them.
I'm terrible at the game, but every single time that you saw me play it was like every time that I have played it has been recorded and is a video on my channel. Like the first time I ever played it, recorded it.
So you've never played it for fun?
I never played it for fun. I only recorded it for my channel. So yeah, and it's like that with a lot of stuff. Like most of the time I just prefer to like go play darts or go.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been climbing in forever because YouTube has taken over most of my time,
it's about to start heating up again, baby.
and I just bought a house, so I'm like,
We're coming to summer when our jobs for YouTube get
April to
rapid.
like April
The grind
till
is real,
April
ladies
through
and
like
gentlemen.
July is
Yeah.
like, just, you know, send me a care package.
Something I just thought about with your YouTube channel. You do a wiffle ball series on your YouTube channel.
Yes.
But you've moved. Do you have a new setup, a new area?
I mean, I'm like 15 minutes away from where that
Oh,
field
that
is.
field?
So like
Okay.
I'll probably just use that field because I know it's isolated, it's secluded.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe someone watching this, I've met fans in the neighborhood.
I think I met like a group of 2 one time when we played.
And there's a kid that always waves at me whenever I'm like driving down my street. Like he's
Hey,
like
right
a few
on.
houses down. He sees me, he like lights up, and I'm like, "What's up, dude?" Whatever, just driving by. And I'm sure I don't remember if I've met him specifically at the field, but yeah, wiffle ball. Yeah, we're gonna keep it the same.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
Dude, I gotta get out there for a game. I gotta face
You do.
Yeah, I want to do doubles.
Yeah.
At some point this
You haven't
summer.
done a double yet, right?
If I hadn't bought this house, I probably would have pre-recorded like a bunch of wiffle ball games like between January and February.
I do want to be a part of a 2-on-2 because I played Andy on the 1-on-1s.
OTF, baby.
Oh,
You've done
yeah.
what, 2 of them? No, you've done
2.
like 4.
2. 4?
No, yeah, because
Episodes or times I went out there?
times you went out there, you've been out twice. but,
Twice.
Like
and we
you,
did 2 videos each time.
it was 2 videos. No, we just did 1 last
No,
time.
yeah, 1 because it was really hot that day. But the
It's
first
always
time we did the first time we did like 3.
I think
didn't
it was
we?
3. I think it was 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I
Yeah.
think you've been in like 4. Gabe's been in like 4.
I want to
Soup's
do a
done 1.
2-on-2 because it'll take so much load off
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
'Cause-
And more people to keep score.
Yeah, for real. Because
My wife would always have to keep score for me.
when you get a floater and you're the pitcher and you see it going over your head, you got to do the Jim
gotta-
Edmonds and
you
you're like,
gotta
oh my god,
run.
oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
I love that though.
I'll have a guy there. So,
I got it.
so what are your plans with YouTube right now? Like, is it something you see yourself doing for the long haul?
I mean, like if I can get to that point where I don't have to do my job, or if I can, you know, just make double what I'm making now, I can keep my job and keep doing YouTube. I don't know. Because I really like my job that I have now, and I really like doing YouTube. It's fun. It's,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's kind of a passive income in a way, like especially this time where I'm only doing 3 videos a week, where it's kind of nice. I can just kind of coast and be like, oh yeah, made a couple extra bucks here and there.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, I think eventually it'd be cool if that was like my full-time thing.
yeah.
But I'm not like super banking on it, but I'm gonna keep trying. I'm not quitting YouTube anytime soon.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely know you have the drive. Like,
Yes.
I mean, I think we've had a lot of people take a stab at it in softball, and the only one that's still going strong are me, Andy, Benny, Bobby. Who am I? I'm missing somebody.
Are you? Is that it?
Me, you, Bobby, I'm not me, you, Bobby Benny.
I mean,
That's about it.
Jeff could have.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You got, it's like Jeff took a stab at it. Now
Cap took a stab at it.
Cap took a stab at it. And like once you start, you kind of realize, okay, this is not as easy as I thought.
You just gotta keep going. See, my thing is, one of the reasons I don't even really like playing video games is having to like start over. Like you lose a level and you have to go all the way back and like start over. I don't want to do that with YouTube. So I'm like, all right, I'm finally at a point where it's like, oh, sweet. It's like, you know, it's not like paying all my bills or by any means, but I'm like, okay, cool.
But it's money coming in.
It's money coming in. It took like 2-3 years to get here.
Yeah.
Here I am. I guess I'm gonna keep this going as long as I can. Like, why not?
One final question. So this was brought up at the very beginning. WBC. Are you going to that with everybody?
I think I'm going to.
Hell yeah.
I'm excited.
Mobo and I will be there as well.
Dude, are you gonna vlog?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna vlog.
Dude, me too, dude.
We're vlogging.
We got to get you one of these cameras.
vlogception.
We were literally talking about before we hit record on this podcast.
I'll just take that one. That's fine.
Oh, that one right there?
Yeah,
That one
that's
right
fine.
there.
That'll work for me.
No, I'm going to use that one.
No, I mean I called it. So
Well, I
We
bought
might need it.
it's fair.
I kind of paid for it.
And I mean I took my time out of my day to come here and do this for you guys. The least you can do is give me that camera.
We wired you the check already. The check should have been in
Did
your-
you not talk to
in
the
your account.
Arabian Prince?
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, that's a damn shame. We'll have to call him.
He fled the country or something.
We'll have to call him after this ends. All right, well, thank you for coming, Andy.
Thanks for having me, y'all.
Andy,
You guys are my best friends
Thank
of all
you.
time.
Pleasure.
We're getting a lot of first, bro. First guest in this new setup for the podcast. I love it. And I would love if you would subscribe here to the Off the Field podcast.
Right down below.
My personal channel, Austin Kleshka. Andy's personal channel, Andy Rulo. And if you can find Poochie, help me out here.
Poochie Cot Face.
Poochie Cop Face, you can subscribe over there too, but you got to find it.
You have to find it.
Dig deep, guys.
Yeah.
Dig very deep.
And then like this video, share it around. We also got the audio version of the podcast on Spotify. That is Thursdays at 2 p.m. Video version comes out here on YouTube. Yeah, like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. All our Instagrams will be in the description. And have a good day.
I
Take care,
love
guys.
you. I love you.
See you next time.
Is that what you want? Hey, so when you're
Oh my God!
it's really good when you're working out. It's my Juco boy. We're gonna go grab a date, and then we're gonna go hit the balls. But that face, that though, ooh, I call that my burn victim face. That's what all burn victims. They don't have the lips or the eyes anymore.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh gosh darn! Oh, you just gotta get like red and like fucking furious, and where your face just starts shaking by itself. Where you're like, yeah, hold on.